Friend, let me ask you something simple and unsettling. If justice required you to give up a habit that flatters you, would you do it? Today we wade into 3 big waves. They'll splash you a little, but you'll leave with one small change you can try before you sleep. Come, walk with me. Think about your team, your neighborhood board, even your family chat. Who gets to do what and who decides? Our single question is this: how do we order roles so a community becomes one rather than a noisy bundle? I call those who protect and steer a city its guardians, the people we trust with common safety and direction. Today we test 3 claims: equal training for women among guardians, shared property and family for those guardians, and rule by philosophers. The point is not shock, it's unity and wisdom. First wave. You and I meet a woman who wants to serve among the city's guardians. Some scoff, different bodies, different work. I answer, different bodies do not decide different arts. If 2 souls can learn the same craft, train them in the same way, and choose by ability, not by custom. When I speak of nature here, I mean the relevant capacity for the work, judgment, courage, steadiness, not whether one can grow a beard. So, music for the soul, gymnastics for the body, and the art of defense should shape men and women who share the guardian task. The same education for the same function. If we demand excellence, let us recruit from the whole of human excellence. Picture a modern orchestra hiring by blind audition. The screen hides sex and status, only the sound remains. Notice how quickly prejudice evaporates when the ear becomes judge. That is the spirit here. Equal training opens the full field of talent, and the city gains. Pause a moment. Where in your life do you still use a rough proxy, gender, age, accent, when you could test the relevant skill? If you replaced the proxy with a fair trial, who might surprise you? Keep that question. It leads us forward. But equality at the gate is not enough. Once the guardians are inside, a quieter danger appears, private interests pulling them away from the common good. Think of a referee whose child plays on the team, even if she means well. The tug is there. So the second wave arrives, and it asks for more than fairness in selection. It asks for a life arranged to kill conflicts at the root. Second wave. For those who hold the city's safety in their hands, I strip away what most people hoard: private property and private family. Shared meals, shared quarters, even a communal care of children. Why such severity? Because unity matters most at the city's nerve center. When guardians say mine and not mine in the same way about pains and pleasures, factions lose their fuel. One victory, one wound, felt as one. Notice the connection between shared life and shared feeling. You raise your hand, isn't this inhuman? I answer, it is medicinal. In a household stricken with disease, some foods are withheld, some routines changed, for a time, for health. Likewise here, if we want guardians who cannot be bought by gold, we must not let them own it. If we want them to defend every child as their own, we must not bind them to one child by exclusive claim. The aim is not to abolish love, but to widen it. Now the hardest part. To keep the guardian stock strong, rulers quietly pair the best with the best and present the matches as lots drawn by chance. Is this deceit justified? Only as one uses bitter medicine, rarely, and only for the body of the city. And even then the danger is real. Medicine can become an addiction. A city that leans on lies will forget the taste of truth. Modern analogies help. Conflict of interest policies, blind trusts for public officials, shared governance codes. They all restrain private pull so judgment can be public-minded. Yet they also feel cold, procedural. That is the tension. We want warm hearts and cool hands. If the second wave succeeds, it is because the guardian's warmth is redirected to the whole, not extinguished. Ask yourself, where does your role need fences, so your care for your circle doesn't tilt your judgment about the common circle? Draw one fence in your mind. We will need it in a moment. Even with fair entry and guarded hearts, one question returns like a tide. Who should rule? If we choose by loudness, we get noise. If we choose by wealth, we get auctions. So what measure remains? Let's follow a quiet thread. Those who truly know versus those who merely seem to know. Third wave. A city will not rest from its troubles until the same people love wisdom and hold power. By philosopher, I do not mean a collector of quotes or a lover of pretty sounds. I mean someone whose soul is drawn to what is stable and true, not just to flickering appearances. Think of the difference between knowing and opining. Knowledge holds of what is, the dependable shape of a thing. Opinion swims in the in-between, sometimes right, often swayed, never anchored. So why must philosophers rule? Because ordering a city is a craft, and crafts belong to those who grasp their objects as they are. If you wanted a pilot, you would seek one who understands stars and currents, not one who wins the vote of the passengers by handing out sweets. Likewise here, the ruler must be able to tell shadow from thing, and prefer the thing, even when the crowd cheers the shadow. You may object, do such people even exist? Perhaps few. But even a city that aims toward this, selecting for love of truth, testing for steadiness, will be less sick than one that crowns the loudest. Choose the knower over the owner. If I distilled today into 3 lines, give the same training to the same nature. Guard the guardians from private pull. Let those who truly know be those who decide. Notice how each line serves one end: unity without fog, wisdom without vanity. Your 24-hour experiment is small and sharp. Pick one decision in your world today: hiring, a budget choice, or a design call. Do 3 things. Hide an irrelevant proxy: gender, rank, charm. Add one fence against conflict: recusal or a second reviewer. And hand final say to the person with the best grasp of the facts, not the highest title. Watch how the quality of the choice changes. Write one sentence about what you noticed. We've set our course toward those who know. Next time we climb toward what they know. The forms, the good, the line from shadow to understanding. Walk well today. I'll meet you there.